Ding dong.
I love it.
I love our
great.
intro, and forgive us, we're new here. So I hope
Yes.
you all got to see the intro because it was well worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Lindsay for making it. Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like I have to go back and find another video with music. So we have
Well,
like all 3 videos with music and just like start pumping up to this.
I know, and I thought about that after the fact. I'm like, dang it. Like, I should have picked a different reel of yours that had music, but I just was trying to pick like fun ones that captured all of our personalities.
Yeah.
So.
Me slamming it through someone's door. Yeah, that's me.
But welcome, everyone. This is our new series. We're going to be doing the TLC Real Estate Chat. And if you didn't pick up on the TLC, not only for tender loving care, but Thomas, Lindsay, and Cooper. So welcome, everyone. For our first video, I'm just going to kind of introduce myself, and then we'll roll into everybody else introducing themselves. And today, our topic, we would really like to talk about inspections. So if you have any questions, please comment them and we will do our best to answer the questions. And yeah, so first of all, my name is Lindsay. Lindsay Businger, for anybody who doesn't know, I am a Cleveland, Ohio area realtor. And a little bit about myself. I've been in the business for 7 years. I started out as an admin and then just kind of my roles progressed. So full-time agent now. And I absolutely love my job. I love helping people and I love helping people buy and sell real estate. So, Thomas, you want to introduce yourself?
Totally. I don't know if you heard my dogs there barking in the background, but they don't do well with disembodied voices. So that you may hear them from time to time during our show today. But yeah, my name is Thomas Hamrick. I've been in the industry since 2014, which is when I was a youngin back then. I was 16. So my mom got licensed. So I was working as an
Wow.
assistant for her, door-to-door flyering, a bunch of other things. I mean, that's where I found my passion for marketing. And then I got my license in 2017. So I've been a licensed realtor here in Columbus, Ohio for how many years is that? Is that 5 years now? I just came up with my 5-year anniversary. So yeah, I'm super excited about this today. I mean, we've been talking about it for a while now, and I think we got a lot to talk about here, every week, every Thursday at 2. So it should be a good time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yay.
Coop.
Yes. I'm so happy. I'm like finally, like when you were saying like for a while, it was like what, 3 months until we could nail down like an actual date.
Yes.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much, Lindsay, for setting this up. Again, my name is Cooper. I go by Cooper Lee, but my full name is Cooper Brown. And I'm super excited to be here. I'm actually in the Southeast Michigan area. I actually connected with Lindsay and Thomas through a Clubhouse app, and we have just connected on such a different level and have just like, I don't know, become friends. So I'm super happy to be here. I've been in real estate for almost 3 years in June. And I'm still learning every single day. I'm
But
still
you're a
like
rock star regardless.
and I love learning. I'm just still learning every single day. I still consider myself a new agent. So having to be here with you guys is just super awesome. So thanks.
And we're all forever learning, I
Yes.
mean,
Yeah.
you're going to learn forever. And if you stop learning, then there's something wrong.
Yes.
Um,
So we got inspections today you wanted to talk about?
yeah. So I just thought it was a good topic. And hey, Tyler.
That's our
Tyler's one of
first
our,
comment. That's so exciting.
yes.
First comment. Yes. Props to Tyler. Thank you.
Screenshot this. Have it forever.
But yeah, so like I'm just going through inspections right now with a client, and I just thought it's a good topic, and when we were kind of side chatting, there's obviously like differences and stuff. Like for example, or verbiage, I guess, maybe not differences, but like I call a document that you create after the inspection period, once you like come to your resolution and you're putting it together, I call it a rock. Like that's not everyone calls it a rock in the Cleveland area, but it's short ROC and removal of contingency. So, I said that and one of you was like,
Hey, Renee.
what's a rock?
Yeah.
So, it's so funny. So, I guess let's just start with either one of you, just whatever you have to bring to the table on inspections.
How important it is. Number one, how you must have an
Absolutely.
inspection no matter what. Whether it's a brand new
Absolutely.
construction, something that's into the ground, like get the inspection. Um, it's difficult. Like some people definitely want to waive it, but we always try to like offer that advice to like get it because it's going to help you in the future and know more about your house. So that's like the number one thing.
Absolutely. And that's what I always tell my clients. I say, like, I know it's a super competitive market, but I will never advise you to waive your inspections. That's just my personal belief. I believe it's every buyer's right. And, they should be educated, especially for anyone, but especially our first time home buyers.
Mhm.
They don't know what the heck they're doing. They need our guidance.
And I think for
So
a while there, especially in 2020, 2021, we were seeing inspections waived. I mean, we were losing to offers that were all cash. I mean, inspections waived. I mean, loan product and inspections waived. I mean, people were waiving them left and right, and it was insane. I think we have seen a little bit more. Oh, perfect
Yeah.
question,
I
actually.
know. I had to put it up. So thank you, Shelby. So Shelby says, "Can you waive inspections on a house that's only a few years old?" What do you think, Thomas?
I mean, you can. You are able to. Do I
but like
recommend it? I mean, no, not
exactly.
necessarily. But I mean, you can waive inspection. You can waive inspection on any house in our market.
But
Yes.
here's the thing, the house is a few years old, and that's like kind of what everybody thinks, like, oh, it's a brand new house, like it doesn't need to be inspected. But was it inspected when the house was built? You know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So there could have been plenty of issues that nobody ever caught. It was never inspected. It's only a couple years old, so you'd think it'd be okay. But so I guess the answer is yes, you can, but I think we all agree, no, you still shouldn't.
And I mean, your inspection, that's what's happening in that house that day. I mean, the state of the house can change the very next day. So I mean, you get an inspection on January 1st. I mean, the house could change on January 2nd. It could get hit by a tree, struck by lightning, a pipe could burst in the wall that we don't know about. I mean,
Yep,
Mhm.
that's just a snapshot of what's going on in the home that day. So
absolutely. That's
Awesome. We
so
got so many
true.
more questions. This is
Yeah,
so
so
awesome.
Laura, she is she has a home inspection company, and she commented, from the home inspection world, I wouldn't recommend it, LOL. And I mean, literally, if you talk to anybody, I feel like in the real estate space, who is relationship driven, like they care about the clients, they're gonna tell you, don't skip your inspections
mhm.
for sure.
What are
So
you what are you guys seeing for like inspection period timelines? Are you guys down here? It's pretty competitive still. So we're doing like 7 days, 10 days. 10 days is usually still not super competitive. 7 days is really what I've been writing into offers recently. But what have you
yeah,
been seeing?
I would agree. So around the holidays it's weird because people are traveling, it's hard to get things scheduled. So sometimes I'll write around the holidays a little bit longer inspection period, but I'm right with you. I usually do 7 to 10 days. And it also depends on my client's schedule, what day of the week we go under contract. Like there's
Mhm.
so many variables because, if you go under contract on a Thursday, you may need 10 days to get to the next weekend. So, but yeah, and I agree, 10 days isn't super competitive. So that is hard. How about you, Cooper? What are your inspection periods?
So up in Michigan, we're not really I mean, they were competitive for the periods, but I mean, it's normal here, 7 days, 10 days. And then also, these inspection periods, they can go shorter if you have a good team. Like if you have good inspectors that are readily available, if you have multiple people that are able to get out there, whether it be septic or just a general inspection, like as
Yep.
long as you know you have this team to back you up and your client, like the shit's going to get taken care of within like 3 days. So
Yep.
when it comes to that, I don't have any problem going lower on an inspection contingency period at all. So,
Yeah.
um, I think they're good, and it can be a competitive piece for clients that are looking for a home. So that is a great tip when it comes to talking to your real estate agent and how to win. So I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. I know I flashed it on the screen earlier, but Tyler said he thinks something that is important to teach our clients is the difference between cosmetic repairs versus habitability and safety. And that's, kind of an important topic to discuss
Mhm.
because,
Mhm.
when you're asking a seller to, remedy an item or take care of something, it's health and safety. That's
Yeah.
our main focus, what we're looking for.
Mhm.
Not, I'm not going to be able to think of an example right now, but like,
Mold. Mold. Like number one that always comes to my head is like the mold.
oh,
Like you got
sure.
it. Like that's safety, health and safety over a GFCI.
Right.
Exactly.
So that's a perfect example. Like you got mold, you take care of that mold instead of having to worry about if this is going to cause like issues because your hair dryer can't plug in. So
Right.
that's. I mean, I feel like that goes along with what Tyler was saying.
I know a lot of electrical stuff too, though, I think is important,
Yeah.
maybe not a lot of electrical stuff, but there are definite, some electrical items you want to like pay more attention to. I'm
Yes.
dealing with that right
Mhm.
now as well. And I met an electrician this morning, and this house has 60 amp meter running
Oh,
to the house, which was common when these
was
houses
yes.
were
Mhm.
built.
Yep.
But nowadays, 100 amp is pretty standard. And I asked him because I honestly didn't know the answer to this. I said, what is the difference? And like, do you really truly need, because like the home inspector recommends it be upgraded to 100 amp. I'm like, does this need
Mhm.
to be 100 amp? Like, is that, if at one point in time 60 was satisfactory for this house, what makes it not anymore? And he basically said it really just depends on the usage, what you're doing in the home,
Yeah.
so it that's really all it comes down to is how many people are going to be in the house, how many things you have plugged in, like what exactly you're doing. So
And I think that's part of it too. We have so many more electronics than we did back then. I mean, there's television,
Yes.
computers.
Yes.
We didn't have those
yep.
25 TVs, but 45, 100 years ago, back when these homes were built, I mean, there weren't all these electronics. You may have had, a dishwasher that was, you plugged in a little bit and it moved around the home. But I mean, the appliances have
Mhm.
changed. So I mean, the needs have changed too in terms of what power is needed for the home,
Yeah,
definitely.
we got phones, chargers, tablets, laptops, all on top of the electrical that is running with like washer, dryer, heater,
Hot
furnace,
tubs.
dishwasher. Yes, like all of that
Yep.
stuff. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I definitely would have to say please upgrade to 100, 110 amp panel always because I mean, having and that could cause an electrical fire, which is a safety issue. So, having to like overrun those wires could cause an electrical fire, and that's why they upgrade.
Absolutely. And Dave commented federal panels. Do you guys have Federal Pacific
I have no idea
panels?
what David's talking about,
Okay.
to be
So in
honest.
no, and that's okay, but that's what's great. That's why we're like here, like
Yes.
to gain more knowledge and share knowledge. So in Cleveland, we have some older homes have it's called a Federal Pacific. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Federal Pacific is just the like type of panel, but
Mhm.
it's a very dated panel. It's not to code any longer. And a lot of times they may get flagged with an appraisal.
Mhm.
So they may require that panel be updated. So
Oh,
I've gotten FHA financing on a home with a Federal Pacific box. The appraiser did not call it out, and everything went through perfectly fine. However, it's just, it's not to code anymore, so it's really recommended. It's just something like especially when you go on a listing appointment, to be aware of, in this area.
Totally. And I think they were definitely common in like the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. I think is when they were more common for sure. But yeah, they've been recalled, or I don't know if that's necessarily the proper term, but they've definitely have been stated as the cause of many like electrical fires. So
Yeah.
mhm.
I'm going to skip Shelby's question really quick just for a second, only
you got
because
it.
somebody else, um, Jake said Federal Pacific had faulty panels. So that may be, why they were of such a
So as the
concern.
panels themselves instead of the actual wiring that they use. So at least it was only a swap for a new panel. So that sounds, fairly easy instead of having to, run
And, it,
wire throughout the house.
and it's actually not like a break the bank expense to
Mhm.
upgrade. So,
Oh, okay,
people
good.
get
So good tip for the
terrified.
clients. Good.
So yeah, it's not, I've definitely had it quoted out. I want to say I've had it quoted out 2,500 or less, which I
Mhm.
understand isn't chump change, but you're not looking at thousands and thousands and thousands to do
Yeah,
this.
for like a
So,
septic, like something like a septic system type, costly
right.
thing. Hi,
Yeah.
Amy. Hi, everyone.
We have a bunch of friends who are saying hi. So,
I know, I love it. Kim, Amy,
yes.
Ken. Hi. Yeah, the mic is on. Thanks for joining.
um, the issue is when the breaker wouldn't trip, causing wires to get
Mhm.
hot and catch fire.
Yeah,
Got
so
it.
is the
Oh, yep.
panel itself.
Definitely
Yep.
one of those safety things. You don't want that.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you, David,
Yes.
David.
and Laura, thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining. You guys are awesome.
I love all the participation.
You
I
too.
know this makes it like so much like more interactive and loving, and everyone always wants answers now. So like
Yeah.
if someone comes up and asks these questions, like we can definitely give it to you now, and because it's like such an immediate, giving. So please come and join. We love it.
Yes, and
Mhm.
interact, that's what we want. We're here to provide value. So,
Thank you, Kim.
yes, Kim,
Yes,
thank you. Kim's another one of our clubhouse friends. We'll have to have her on as a guest.
we will.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. We're gonna have guests. This is not
Yes.
just gonna be us. So this is exciting.
I know you were
Yes.
talking about appraisals, and I mean that's a completely different. I mean we could go
Oh,
on about appraisals forever. So I mean, maybe that can be next week's topic.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I feel like we only like have what's the phrase? Like got the tip of the iceberg with inspections. Like we haven't
Mhm.
even really like delved into inspections. So I think
Oh
we'll
gosh.
I think we'll have a lot of
Yeah.
content for a while. I think we'll be good. And Kim's in to be a guest speaker.
Awesome.
Um,
She's the best. Yeah, we're almost 20 minutes in, and there's always so many horror stories. Like
Yep.
whether you're like a buyer or seller with any type of inspection.
mhm.
Um but like the biggest thing I could just offer to my clients is look for health and safety. Don't
Yep.
nitpick because you are going to get a whole list of things of like 25 pages worth of items that you have to know about the home in order for you to maintain it while you're living there.
Yep.
So you are going to get a bunch of stuff, but what you need to look out for is of course the health and safety.
Yep.
I guess like one story I did is like I had this pristine house. It was gorgeous, beautiful, nothing. First time home buyer, lower price point, but we go in and get the inspection done, and there's black mold and white mold all in the crawl, all in the walls, all in the roof inside the attic. So, that's why we get inspections, and this is, it was a huge mitigation problem. So they had to get it done for the client to live there, or they would have
Yeah.
to not sell the house. So they ended up taking care of it, thank goodness, because that's a health and safety concern that I definitely think the seller should be responsible for.
Absolutely. There's definitely things that, it are a seller's responsibility,
Mhm.
and if they didn't want to sell to this buyer because they're asking to mitigate the mold, well, guess what? The next buyer is also going to know about the mold, and they're probably not going to want to buy the house unless the mold is mitigated.
Yep.
So,
and at that price you have it listed for.
Yes.
So you either take care of it or take care of it.
Exactly.
Like the reason why you have the mold is because you didn't properly maintain good ventilation system.
Yep.
You know, and stuff like that, because you decide not to do this, and this is what happened. So definitely take care of it, please.
Absolutely. I always like to say, everything in real estate is figure outable, because there's
I love that.
a solution
Figure
to
out
every problem. It's figure outable. We just got to figure it out.
Yes. Yeah, you're totally right about that.
Yeah. Well, guys, I think this was awesome. I know we didn't even dive too deep, but I think we answered a lot of questions and talked about some great topics. So we can kind of wrap it up for today if you guys are good with that.
Yeah, I'm totally good with that. It was a good one.
Yes.
And see you on the next episode. We're gonna be here again next week, right? Thursday, 2:00, right, Lindsay?
Yep. And as we sign off, I'm going to see if I can play our video again. So we'll see if it goes. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And, we look forward to many, many more of these. So give us your questions and topic ideas. We love it.
Yes.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Ding dong.
I love it.
Yeah.
We're still live.